right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday brunch. Good morning. Good morning. Happy second day of December. That much closer to Christmas and Hanukkah. Love it that they are both basically start on the same day. Very cool. Hi, Charlotte. Good morning. How are you? How are you doing? We have Bass Drop joining us just here for the beginning, since I'll do a little chatting to start off with. I figured I'd let them stay for just the beginning. But wanted to welcome everybody in. Please let me know if you're here and joining. Let us know where you're joining us from. I think that's part of the fun of the whole YouTube thing. It's a global community, and so I'd love to know where you're joining us from this morning. I'm doing so good, Charlotte. Thank you for asking. It was a good week this past week. Today, it's beautiful outside here in Maryland. Just little wispy little clouds, really blue. It's crisp outside. It's a little bit warmer today than it has been all of last week, but it's gorgeous outside. So I'm looking forward to going out after this. Oh, there goes Bass Drop. He's taking himself out. that works. That works just fine. Let's see if we can get this straightened up. There we go. Hi, Candace. Hi, Mary. Hello, Ingrid. Good morning, Donna. Yay! We've got all kinds of friends here this morning. Today, I'm going to be working on some Christmas placemats. I am not going to say I'm going to get done both sets of Christmas gifts that I'm working on. But I'm going to get through most of, I'm starting off with the ones I'm doing for my stepmom, because we're doing Christmas with my dad and stepmom next Saturday. They're coming up from North Carolina. So we'll be hanging out at my sister's house, and I need to get these placemats done before they get up here. Then the ones for my mom, they don't need to be done until Christmas Eve. So I've got a little bit of time to do that, because I have to quilt the quilt I made for my son's girlfriend too. I have that all done. You know what? I can show you guys that. I don't think they watch me, so I can show you what her quilt looks like on the front. And then I've got to get it quilted. But it's these pretty colors. It's a Bonnie and Camille. It was a layer cake because I wanted to make sure I had enough, and I just cut them into 5-inch squares, and then made 4 patches and put them all together. So this just needs to be quilted now and ready, gift wrapped and everything, ready for Christmas. So stoked about that. Hi, Jeannie from Fairfax, local. Oh, thank you guys. I'm excited about it. I gave her free reign. I said, you can pick whatever you want. If you go through and look at different quilts, ideas and everything. And she really loved like the 4-patch kind of style. And I love that because it's so easy to chain piece. And it made it really, and I'm not a very fast sewer. I'm not, it's just the way I am. So it's not anything really too intricate to a piece to put together. So I knew I was going to be able to get it done in time, which was what was my biggest concern, that it would be a real struggle to get it done in time. And that does not seem to be the case. I'm not sure how I'm going to quilt it. I may just kind of do meander, and I'm thinking about changing the setup of this table for next week, on next Sunday, and free motion quilt on Arnie here live on next Sunday to get it started and to see how it goes. I have Uh, I have quilt gloves. I have these little like quilt paddly things. I've got a couple of things for free motion quilting that I haven't really used or tried or anything. I even have some free motion quilt rulers that I mean, maybe I'll try those. I might make a couple of like just sample sandwiches before I start on hers. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I wanted it to be something more than just straight line quilting because why not? So we'll see. But today I had been doing some, here, I'm going to turn off this so I don't end up having the mouse go flying all over the place. I was watching some videos on different gift ideas. If you guys have not been, this is what I've been falling asleep to for the past 2 weeks is YouTube videos on folks doing different little quick Christmas ideas and everything. And actually this video wasn't, I don't know that it was a Christmas video, but it came up in, while I was watching those things. She was doing placemats in a bit of a different way than I've seen other folks do placemats. So I'm gonna, and I know I have those, the pattern from So Yeah Quilting, I'm pretty sure, for another way to do placemats, and this may be similar, I don't know, but you get borders automatically, and then I probably won't get to the doing the backing or anything, but I'm going to show the fabrics that I'm working with. So this is all of the three fabrics. So I have this awesome cardinal fabric here. I'll put it because it's directional. I have this awesome cardinal and snowflake fabric. This is all Moda fabric. Oh, I had the selvage. I have a cat that's trying to jump in a box over there. He's going to kill himself. Oh, Charlotte, that's a good idea. Make bags out of the practice free motion quilting. Solid. You guys are always good with that kind of stuff. Hey, Russ, how are you doing? How's Vlogmas, Quiltmas going this week? So these cardinals and snowflakes, I love cardinals, and I love cardinals in the snow. So that was really pretty. Then this red snowflake. So how it's going to go is I'm going to, well, I'll show you the other, and then this holly leaf is the other one. And so I'm doing 2 borders of the cardinals with a holly and a snowflake, and then I'll do 2 snowflakes with a cardinal and a holly, and then 2 hollies with a snowflake and a cardinal, if that makes sense. So it's going to be ending up being a setting for 6, using the same 3 patterns, just in different combinations. So they're the same but different all around. And what we're going to be doing, and I put the information in the description of this video, and now I cannot remember the name of the channel that I was watching do this, but we're gonna line this up and center this block, and then we're gonna flip. I'm gonna do long ways and then the short ends. We're gonna flip this up, stitch 1/4 of an inch, roll it back, do the top, stitch 1/4 of an inch, roll it back, do the sides, and then you have the completed quilt placemat top bordered with no raw edges on this block, and then put a piece of batting. And she did, this is where I may veer. She quilted it and then did binding. I'm wondering if I might get away from having to do the binding because, again, slow stitcher, getting away from the addition of doing binding, and maybe do, sandwich the batting and the backing, and then do the, bag it out so that I don't have any binding. So it'll just be, completed, finished. And then in the quilting, kind of frame it to finish the edges. And I'm thinking I may do that because that's going to be faster than trying to bind 6 placemats in the week that I have, in the 5 days that I have. So I may be leaning towards that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, and Donna, yeah, the wavy lines. I love the wavy lines. And I love Donna is like the queen of the wavy line quilting. Love it. Russ says Vlogmas is why do I put myself through this every year? Yeah. Yeah, I did not this year. Good morning, Janice. How are you doing? Okay, so that is the plan for the day. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to I'll just start with the holly since it's the first one here. And then I'll move these all out of the way. You guys should be so excited for me. A round of applause out there in YouTube land. I even ironed these. Ooh, I've gotten away from ironing and been able to get away with not ironing for so long because in FPP you're working with such little pieces and everything, and ironing just doesn't really matter because you're going to iron so much as you're building it that ironing has become a 4-letter word in my world. But I did iron these. I even put a little best press on it. Woo, getting fancy with these holiday gifts. So what I'm going to do is I might just finger press. I'm going to fold them in half and do a little finger press of the top and bottom and left and right. And then I'm going to do the same with the block for the border, so I can center. But the border, I'm probably going to iron it all the way across so that I make sure I have it all lined up. But for the inside block, I don't think I have to do that. I think just finger pressing in the corners will be just fine, or in the centers, in the corners. Get that all centered up. This centered up. Making your own wavy lines. Yeah, I love that look. Right. Oh, I'll put the other one. That would have been disastrous if I had ironed the two of them together, or sewn the two of them together. But yeah, I think I'm going to iron the center seam in so that I have the full length to line up the inner block. In her video, she was saying that she had done in another video on her channel, had made blocks in this manner, doing the bordering the center square or rectangle, depending on how you want to do, by layering it this way. And this is how she built some blocks. And she thought, oh, why not placemats? And I think that's a fun idea. So there we go. All right, so we've got our lines in there. And then I'm going to center this here, a little bit over this way, center it there. Ooh, there we go. Nice. All right, I pop a couple of pins in the center just to keep it in place while I'm moving it around to iron and then sew. So just just a couple pins. Okay, so we've got this guy centered, and I'm excited about that. I'm going to fold this up. You can just feel for the fabric. You could put like a card, a don't panic card, and go right up to it to fold. I'm just going to use the feel of the fabric, and then I'm gonna, to make sure, I'm gonna bring it over to the iron, and I'm just gonna iron this, and then I'm gonna sew. Oh, here, let's move this up a little bit. I'm gonna iron this from the feel of the second piece of fabric. I can feel where it needs to lay flat. Iron it so it's nice and straight, and then I'm just gonna sew a 1/4 inch right up from this edge, and then iron it back again. So let's pick this up. Make sure you're nice and even. If you have a hot hammer, that would work really well too, because you could just put it right up, you know what I mean, right up to the fabric, and you wouldn't have to try to like do this by touch thing that I'm doing. I don't know what kind of like wax is on the cards. I don't want to risk getting anything weird on my fabric. I think I do have hot hammer somewhere around. There we go. So I just ironed that down, and I'm just going to go ahead and start right from the beginning all the way down the 1/4 inch. And I'm going to make sure I don't want a 1.0 stitch length for this. So I made sure to up the stitch length. I'm not going to worry about back tacking because it'll end up going all together. Let's see. Donna says, I know this is off the sewing subject, but I have another tissue in a pocket. I'm doing laundry and I'm going to scream. Oh no. Tissue in a pocket. Yeah, I think this is a fun, nifty way to have a bordered placemat. And I just thought it was fun and genius when I saw her do it. So I'm glad you guys think it's pretty cool too. Boom. So yeah, for these, the straight long sides, I'm not going to back tack because it's going to be closed off by the other side. But so there it's sewn. Then I'll that's what I'm looking for. I'll press it back and then flip this side and do it on this side too. I will, of course, because how can I not? I will be using my magic juice. Set the seam. Get it with the good stuff. I think most of the folks who have already chatted probably know what the Easy Press by Acorn is, but this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying magic juice. It's the Easy Press pen. It's a starch alternative. It's a proprietary blend from a company in Canada, and it helps make super flat seams. I even use it in my foundation paper piecing. So I think a lot of us here are already acolytes of the magic juice. But as I'm relearning from starting this new job, uh, relearning that it's frustrating to be the only one in the room that doesn't know what everybody's talking about. We have a lot of acronyms, and people will just be yammering away about all of these titles of things, and I have no idea what they're talking about because I'm too new. So I want to make sure that I'm explaining as we go. Oh, switching to hankies. Oh, that's so, you can even make some really nice handkerchiefs. So there we go. It's all ironed back. So I'm going to do the same thing on this end. Fold it right up to, I might do it this way. Fold it right up to, oops, sorry. Did I, or nope, it's the cat doing it again. Ah, Fret. She loves to lay against the, get out. She lays up against the arm or the legs of the camera. Sorry about that. That's the mom cat. And she does it because when she's like scrunched in that little corner, the the well, I call them baby. They are her babies, but they're not babies anymore. They can't mess with her. They can't get to her. So, all right, there we go. We got that folded. Make sure we're right up to the fabric. Once you get going, this is going to be like, if you decide to do this, once you get going, it's going to be a quick little activity. And this would also be fun to do with youngins, in if you want to do it with grandkids or little nieces and nephews. Because it's such a straight line, you might have to help with ironing, but it's a good way to practice your 1/4 inch seam. Are you all working on holiday gifts? Do you give handmade holiday gifts during this season? I don't assume that everybody does. It's a labor of love, that's for sure. Hi, Valerie. Yeah, I will be caught up in 6 months. It's very true. I just smile and nod as they're chatting. All right, I can go ahead and take these pins out, eliminate the chance of me getting myself. Set the seam and iron it back. Love how very self-contained this is. I think, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think Russ did the placemat pattern that I got from so yeah, the 10-minute placemat. So that's another style of placemat that you can do. If I recall correctly, he discovered the 10-minute placemat was a marketing lie, that it wasn't really, only 10 minutes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take these pins out, eliminate the chance of me getting myself. Set the seam and iron it back. Love how very self-contained this is. I think, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think Russ did the placemat pattern that is Oh, it looks so cute with the little holly berries and the holly leaves. Not Halle Berry. What I think is cool about this too is it gives it its own cornerstones. I will show you what I mean in just a second. Pull this up. So we'll end up with um, cornerstones because well, I'll be sewing another seam here, and so it'll uh, fret. Move your tush. The dogs are coming up the stairs, so she's again trying to hide herself. So yeah, it'll have instant cornerstones this way. So when you got the top and the bottom done, you got this little tube going. You're working on the right way. Hello, sweetie. Hoping Zoom is keeping some of the tippy tappies quiet. They are a loud bunch. Right. Yeah, this is gonna go quick. Even with my slow sewing. Okay. Let's iron this one down. So I of course have 6 to do, so it'll take some time, but individually this is not going to too long. So that one's all ironed back. I'm going to go ahead and iron the other side at the same time, just so I can you know, sew both sides down at the same time. I popped a couple of clips to hold it in place while I do this side. Hi, Laura. This year is something. This year time is something I don't have. Oh no, my husband had shoulder surgery. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was a week. Shoulder surgery on the 2nd, and then you sprain your ankle on the 4th. I am so sorry, Laura. Wow. Yeah, there we go. Russ is saying the 10-minute table runner takes 45 minutes. Oh, Charlotte, those must be gorgeous. Ingrid says certain folks are sad when they don't get something handmade, but it's a struggle finding time this year. It is. It's a struggle finding the time. I see. Go on. I know Ingrid is dealing with an injury too. So it is a crazy. Good morning, Gladys. Good morning, Mom and Pop Shop LL. Hello. Oh, Russ and who did we have any? I think Mom and Pop Shop and Quilt Meets World might be the only two right now. But if you don't already know them, if they wanted to do exclamation mark selfie, that will show everybody what their YouTube channel is, because I am horrendous at getting everybody in to Nightbot. But that'll do it for them, which is exciting. Or I think Russ and Ingrid both can put those links in. But if I had a way to give the gift of time, that would be what I'd be giving everybody. I'd be wrapping that up and giving it to everybody. All right, so now I have both ends ironed. So I will go ahead and start with this one rather than clipping it. Wouldn't that be amazing if we could give the gift of time? Yeah, Gladys, that was, I knew we had a couple. So Terry can do that too. Throw in your exclamation mark selfie. Love that. All right, so I almost have one placemat top done already. This is exciting. I don't know if anybody sells at craft fairs, but these would be super fast and cute to do. So I'll press these back and I'll press the whole thing so it's all nice and crisp and flat. But there we go. And see, this is what I was talking about. You get these cornerstones. Well, I don't know if you can see. The lighting might not be the best, but you get ready-made cornerstones and the bordering from this technique. But yeah, these would be really cute to sell at craft fairs for the holidays, for just regular, settings. Oh, these are fun. And when you're doing it with fun fabric, it makes it fun, even more fun. I was thinking if you wanted to make the center part even floofier, because I'm going to do batting in between this top and the backing. But if you wanted to make the center even floofier, you could do, the same size or, well, no, I would do the same size because you would want to catch it in the seam allowance. An extra piece of batting underneath that one top rectangle in the center, and it would give you a really extra definition when you quilt the whole thing. And you can maybe do something like just in the center, a different style, and do the borders. And here, I need to visualize it. So I'm going to get this ironed and finished, and then I'll talk more about what I'm trying to communicate. But what I'm thinking, if you wanted to, and I wouldn't do this if you're just trying to do this for like a craft fair. Well, I mean, if you could do it really fast, maybe I wouldn't be able to do it really fast. But so the next step for this to finish this guy off would be the batting and then the backing. And the way she did it on her channel was she quilted it from here and then bound it like it was, like a quilt top. I'm thinking about just doing, sandwiching it, sewing around the edges, and then birthing it out and not doing binding because I think that's going to be faster for me. And I'm just being realistic about my abilities to get this done in the next few days. But if you wanted to, if you added a piece of batting, an extra piece underneath the center section, and then you had the batting in between the two the top and the backing, that would make it even poofier and make some really defined patterns when you did your quilting. And you could do special quilting inside the center rectangle, and maybe a quilting that would like kind of just fade to the back on the borders. I think that would be kind of cool. Oh yeah, this time of year, you guys, everybody be careful. Everybody's having something happen. Oh, thank you very much. Oh yeah, Charlotte say maybe even Insulbright in there. Yeah, but so for me, it's a senses thing, and the Insulbright is the stuff that makes a crinkly sound. Is that true? That sound drives me insane. So for me, if it has that crinkly sound, I couldn't do it. But if it was like the zap and wrap stuff that is, a little bit takes heat a little bit better, that doesn't have a crinkly sound, that would be okay. I could do that. But I think it would be fun to like showcase a quilting pattern in here, do something really special in there. Oh, Laura, third replacement in a year and a half. Ingrid says from help from her pup. Hey, Shelly, hello. George is just such a big goofball. I know if he hadn't actually known what he did, he would feel absolutely horrible. But this top is all done. So I'm going to do the next one, and it'll be the cardinals with the red snowflakes in the middle. And then I think I'll keep chugging along with these as I contemplate, am I going to do uh, binding or not? If I get all six done really fast, maybe I will do the binding, and it won't be that big a deal because I'll get them done so fast. But I'm gonna leave that decision till the end. I don't want to do one and then decide, oh, I would have rather done the other. But this one is all set. Do this. Gonna iron the centers. Just finger press the centers on these guys. Because I don't need the full cross for the centerpiece, so I don't have to worry about ironing those in. Just finger pressing will be good. These cardinals, I love them. I like all three of the fabrics, but I definitely the snowflakes, these snowflakes and the cardinals are my best, or my best, are my fave. Moda fabric. Christmas cheer, maybe. I'll go get the um, selvage in a second so that I can let you know exactly what it is. I know it's from a couple of years ago, so I don't even know if I needed more, if I'd be able to find it. It's Deb somebody for Moda. If I have any Google warriors out there. Christmas fabric, Moda, Deb, something. Right. I am telling you, doing what I did for that last one is the way to go. I'm going to flip both sides over, both long sides over, iron them both, sew them both, flip them over. That was super quick, and for speed's sake, I think that's the way to go. So flip over, make sure I'm not catching. There we go. Let's see. Oh, the Magic Juice pen is the Easy Press pen from Acorn. They are out of Canada, but they're really easy to find in the US now. They didn't used to be, but super easy to find now. Just ask Laura Lynn. Good things come from Canada. Oh, Charlotte, that's funny. Charlotte says, "Oh, now I'm wondering if Inselbright does make a crinkling sound that I can't hear because of hearing loss." See, that would be that. There's a silver lining to all things. That would be my silver lining, that I couldn't hear things that make me cringe. I definitely have like different sounds make me insane. Some sounds I really love, like the sound when Donna Jordan is doing the with her rotary cutter. I love that noise, but the sound of an iron making that, I don't know how to explain that noise, but it makes like a creaking noise. Sets my nerves on edge. All right, here we go. Now we're speeding things up. Yeah, the Valerie's saying, yeah, but placemats don't need to be bound. They did look beautiful when she bound them. They were gorgeous. I will definitely say it was really pretty to see them so like nicely finished. But I'm just not a speedy sewist, and that just adds so much more time. I think I'm going to play with having the backing, or having a batting in between the two sides rectangles. I think I will play with that though, because I think that would be neat to. It's a thing. It's a style. Trapino, maybe? Is that what it's called? I think that might be what it's called, where you isolate one spot with extra batting. Oh, this is fun. All right. Both sides ready to go. Trapunto or punto. Yes. There we go. Yay. Somebody out there would know. Thank you, Terry. I learned about that style from a couple of channels. Zach Foster, who is just a delight. He is literally sunshine. I love him so much. And Dave's Craft Room. He also did his Cheez It. You guys haven't seen that. That cracks me up. He did a Cheez It quilt and did that technique of having the extra batting underneath the Cheez It squares. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to iron down both sides and then get to sew both sides because boom, done. Now we'll set these seams and get some magic juice on them. Terry says she remembers the Cheez It quilt. Yeah, it's so cool. Love the colors together. Thank you. Yeah, it was so. For total transparency, I'd actually gotten this as a 3-yard bundle from Fabric Cafe to do one of the Christmas patterns that they have, and never got around to doing it. Surprise, surprise. And so I thought this would make a really good project to use that all this gorgeous fabric with, because this looks so cute. You cannot go wrong. I think I need to fill up this pen. You cannot go wrong with cardinals for the holidays. Everybody loves cardinals. It's coming together really well. This will be a fun set. I don't have enough fabric. I was thinking, oh, I should do napkins too. I don't have enough of this fabric to do that. So that'll be a fail. But making matching fabrics would literally put you over. You would be the coolest gift giver of the year. All right. Oh, Ingrid. Poor Ingrid. All right. Oh, cardinals are upside down this way. There we go. Cardinals are right side up. All right, now just have to fold over these sides, and that's number 2 down. Woohoo! All right. Now we're in the winter months. Do you all have any winter traditions that you do? They don't have to be holiday based, just wintry traditions. Around here, a lot of folks will go up to, there are a couple of mountains, that have ski resorts on them. And a lot of folks will make it a yearly tradition to go up and go snow tubing, or skiing, or snowboarding. But the snow tubing has been a popular one when my kiddos were younger and everything. So that's a popular winter tradition around this part of Maryland, because we're so close to a couple of ski resorts. But holiday based, I love going to see everybody's lights. That is still one of my favorite things in the world to do. Go around and check out everyone's lights. There's a road in Baltimore, in Hamden, Maryland, which is a part of Baltimore, and that whole row of homes, they go all out, and that's a fun thing to go watch. But it's so many people go see it. It's so jam packed. But we've done that a couple of times. It's really cool. And it's cool because it's not just it's equal opportunity holiday. So the couple of Jewish neighbors that live on that road do all kinds of the big blow up like reindeer and stuff, but they have big blow up like dreidels and menorahs and stuff. So it's really cool because it's everybody on the road gets into the spirit. Hi, Sandra. So this, I will talk a little bit because I've gotten right into working on them now. I'm working on placemats, Christmas placemats for my stepmom, and they're going to be. I'm using 3 different fabrics: this cardinal fabric, this holly fabric, and this snowflake fabric. And I'm doing it in a style that I just learned watching some YouTube videos, where you have a piece of fabric in the middle, and then you sew over the fabric to enclose that rectangle so that there are no raw edges, and you have borders automatically for your place setting. And then, so I'm doing 6 of them, and I'm just going through and I'm doing the 6. So it's going to be, so the 2 cardinal bordered ones are going to have the snowflake and the holly, and then I'll have 2 holly bordered ones, and then I'll have 2 snowflake bordered ones. So it'll be a place setting for 6 using the same 3 patterns, just in different combos. So I did the top and bottom for this one already, and I was just folding over the sides, and now I'll iron them to make them crisp, and then sew at a 1/4 inch, and then flip these back, and then this will be the second one done. Ooh, Donna says they passed a house with over 65 blow up things. Holy cow, 65. Definitely, there had to be a Grinch in there. I hope there was a Grinch in there. I love that. I've started so a Christmas tradition for me is watching pretty much every version of A Christmas Carol that there is, every version. So I've watched the Muppets one already, then I watched the Jim Carrey animated one. Love that. I got to do the George C. Scott and Patrick Stewart one. Got to watch Scrooged. So I love watching all the variations of that. Oh, Terry, that's so fun. Terry is sharing that her son-in-law is a sky instructor. It's a sky instructor. That's correct. That sounds fun. And when he goes away, the girls get together. They have a night of hors d'oeuvres and playing board games until everybody falls asleep. I love that. And ski instructor. There we go. I was thinking maybe skydiving instructor, also cool. Ski instructor, also cool. Santa in a motorboat. That's cool. All right, so now I've got these ironed. I just have to sew them down. And then moving right along. I'm chatting and everything. So I think I would might be able to get, if I was just going, might be able to get all 6 of these done in an hour. Just the top, not the deciding if I'm going to bind it or not. But just these tops, I could probably get done in an hour. This could be like a 3-hour project if you're just going, just sitting and doing these. You can definitely get a 6-place setting done in a day for sure. Even if you're going to do binding. This is fun. Oh, welcome, Meg. Everybody say hello to Meg. She just found us recently and she's watching. Happy holidays. So glad to have you join us. We're working on these fun bordered placemats where it's your well, I'm almost to show a new one because I just finished this one up, but you're kind of trapping this inner rectangle within the larger rectangle and instant bordering it with the larger outside rectangle, which has been fun. Charlotte says she has a neighbor whose yard you can see from your own windows by the sewing machine. Oh, they're all flat right now. Yeah. We had a lot of wind this week too. I'm sure a lot of people lost some of their holiday decorations. Sad. I can see across the way our neighbor has his Grinch up and it's inflated right now, but it's still a little bit windy. It's blowing a little bit in the wind. Oh, we're gonna get a visit from Base Drop. He's gonna jump up here in a second. Hi, sir. I'm gonna need you to move in just a second. They all the cats like to lay right here in this spot because they can look right outside the back door and they can watch for the birds. And so they are offended when it is my quilting time, my sewing time, and I have to move them along. All right, little man. What time? All right, second one done. Okay, Mr. Bastrap, move your tush. So there we go. It's our second one done. Love the snowflakes. I love that they're going at an angle, kind of all over the place. The cardinals are so cute. And so the deal will be the backing for this will be the holly. So this one will have the holly as a backing. And then the one that we finished with the holly in it here with the holly will have this red snowflake as its backing. And so that'll be that set. And then we're going to start this next duo, which is going to have the snowflakes in the back as the border. And so it'll follow the same method. It'll have the red snowflakes and the cardinal and the holly. And then so it'll have the opposite backing. The cardinal will have the holly backing, the holly will have the cardinal backing, and they'll have the borders of the red. So we are moving right along, friends. Those are two done. I'm excited. This is fun and easy. I am definitely on board with the popping a piece of batting in between here too. I'm on board with that. If I were to do this again and may do that with my mom's. Nadine, hello. Good morning. Good evening. Yeah, these are turning out great. I'm super excited I saw that video and that it's not a really it's not a brain burner where I can actually chitty chat and put it together and not make like big mistakes or anything. So this is fun. Let's do this. I gotta get these two. And we'll do this guy first and put this aside. So again, I'm just marking the center of this smaller rectangle so that I can line it up in the center of the larger rectangle, top to bottom and side to side. Like this. The kids just made sausage and gravy and biscuits. So biscuits and gravy with sausage gravy. And now I'm hungry. Feel like I need to put a moratorium on making anything so good smelling, so tasty smelling in the middle of me being live. You're not allowed to do that to me. Right. So for the larger rectangle to get the smaller rectangle centered, I am ironing the full center seam all the way across so that I can line it up rather than just finger pressing the top little spot. I want to make sure I've got it good and lined up. So I don't know if the camera picks it up all that well, but I've got the ironed center lines here. And so I will match the center creases of the inner rectangle. There we go. There we go. So that's that. And then I will fold over the top to meet right at this fabric line, and then fold over the bottom to meet at that fabric line, iron it so it's a straight line, and then sew 1/4 inch. So anyway, if folks are just joining us, they know what the heck it is we're doing. It is so fast and very useful. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder, okay, now my head's really thinking, I bet you could do this. I know, especially with not doing the binding, you could do this double-sided. So if you wanted to do like a very Christmassy one like this on this side, and then make another one like this, very just winter-y, and then do one like very Eastery and one just springy, or make one very Valentine-y and very St. Patrick's Day-y. And then just do, instead of the quilting and then binding it, do the flip out side. You could have them double-sided and they would be used throughout a season. I like that. Like this could be used for Christmas and winter. So like this is more a seasonal one rather than a Christmassy one. There's no, Santa Claus or Christmas trees or anything. So this one definitely could live all winter long, but doing them double-sided would be legit. Fusible fleece. Yeah. Hey, Katie, how are you doing? Oh, thank you for the thumbs up reminder. I love that. Thank you so much. Oh, Donna was saying that she made a quilt using that technique, using 5-inch squares on a 10-inch square and put them randomly left and right. That's cool. Oh, so many fun ideas. Okay, so that's another thing to think about, is doing them double-sided so that you could get even more life out of them. I like it. But I'm going to go ahead and fold this over and get it ready for ironing. Make sure we are even along the sides. Pop a couple clips on and rotate. You guys, I'm very excited about the double-sided aspect, to make 2 placemat tops like this and put them together because they're the same size. You're putting the center rectangle in the same spot for both versions. It would work out pretty closely, if not perfectly, every time. Yep, I think that's the way to do it. All right, so got both ends, or both top and bottom, folded over. Gonna iron them, then sew them at a 1/4 inch just along the side to enclose the rectangle top and bottom. Sorry for, I know I'm repeating myself for some folks, but just want to make sure everyone who may be joining, excuse me, maybe joining late knows what it is we're up to. And if you're joining late, don't feel bad about joining late. It's a Sunday morning. It's a casual morning. Brunch is an all-day affair. Come and go for brunch. No right or wrong time. Right. So got them ironed down. Now to sew. And you could, if you wanted to do this like an assembly line, you could get all of these put on, iron them all, all the long sides done, down, set up, all six of them. And so then you're just going boom, 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 uh, chain piece, get all the one side done for all six of them, get the other side done for all six of them, take them apart, flip the other sides. Definitely ways to make this more like assembly line, more industrialized to get them done faster. I love being able to chain piece. So that's true. Donna just said it's a great idea for the double-sided because if one side gets dirty, you just flip it over and you're good to go. I love that. That is genius. Right? So many possibilities. That's the fun part. You just figure out different ways to make it all work for you. Oh, for anybody that's coming in new, like Katie, folks that have YouTube channels, if you do !selfie, everybody will get to see your YouTube channel and can go and subscribe to you if they don't already. And it does it, like, puts up your YouTube channel by itself for you. So yeah, anybody that's in here that's new that hasn't already done that, or if you have been in here and you want to do it again because we have new friends joining us, please go ahead and do !selfie. Yay, it worked. You're welcome, Katie. Sometimes Nightbot can be a problem child, and I've had a couple of times where people have had to do it a couple of times, but but it worked. Yeah, the selfie thing has saved me from having to try to get everybody added into Nightbot individually because I'm very bad at remembering that. And if you're new to the channel and you have your own channel, then I wouldn't have you in there. And this makes it just so much easier to be able to share everybody's channel. One side done. Oh, it's going to be hard for me. I don't know. I don't know if I like the cardinals as the border better, or if I like these snowflakes as the border. It's going to be a tight race. Then the holly could be the dark horse because it might make the snowflake and the cardinals stand out. And so maybe I like that as the border even more. Don't know. There we go. So there's the top and bottom sewn at 1/4 inch to give it, and you end up with like this tube with the smaller rectangle and the larger rectangle. And you got the top border done and the bottom border done this way. Now I'm going to fold over these sides and do the sides. Oh, Katie says she's procrastinating the videos and sewing. Marianne, hello, my friend. Good morning. So we have 4 out of the 5 cheetah suckers here today with Donna and Ingrid and Marianne and myself. This sewing community that I've been able to build is pretty cool, pretty important. I've gotten to meet the 5, the cheetah suckers. We got to meet at a retreat. So that's a added special layer. And then we've got the amazing larger community. Katie's in Greenland. Nadine is in France. It's incredible. The large community that we have available. Mom and Pop Shop that was on earlier, they're in Canada, everywhere. Love it. You used to have to just write pen pals to have a global community like that. I'm dating myself, right? By talking about pen pals. All right, got these 2 sides in. I'm going to sew down the 1/4 inch. I keep coming over to the machine. I have the light. There's the little overhead light that goes on the needle. I have it off because the glare is so bad in the picture. So I have it off. So every time I come over here, I think, oh, my machine's not on. How did I turn off my machine? No, it's just the light. Hello again, Mr. Bastrop. Yeah, you're good for right now. You have to move in a little bit. Bastrop doesn't do it so much, but his brother Harmonica, if I'm ironing, as soon as I get anything moved off of the little wool mat, he is on top of the wool mat, enjoying the warmth. All right, now just to press these guys out. Man, now I really do wish I'd had enough fabric for matching napkins. I think that would have been cool. That would have been pretty nifty. Okay, we're gonna have to compare. Gonna have to compare these red snowflake borders to the cardinal borders. Can't decide. All right, bud. I'm gonna have you move. You're gonna have to move along. Sorry, little man. All right. So snowflake border. So we're comparing apples to apples. I'll do, well, I guess not really apples to apples, but I'll do the holly but berry center. Snowflake or cardinal? Which one are you on? I think I might be on Team Snowflake. I love the cardinals, but the snowflakes are so cute. Oh, Meg is saying find if I could find a solid or modeled blender to accent nicely with the napkins. Ooh. Ooh, that would be ah, excellent idea. I feel like my thatched ones, those are too bright. Ooh, I have the ombres. Oh, that might be fun. Oh, Meg, thank you. You've given me something to think about because these are coming along really quickly. I think I might be able to do some napkins, which would be so fun. I know my stepmom has a lot of like the little, the little napkin rings. That's what they're called. So I don't have to worry about tracking any of those down. But Donald's on Snowflake. Ingrid says both. That's the, yeah. I mean, yeah, you can't go wrong with both. But yeah, and I think who is it? Yeah, Marianne said the snowflake makes it pop. Yeah, I don't know. fun. These are just really fun. I'm really excited about these. This is a fun, quick project. So we'll do the next one with snowflakes and the cardinal. I think this may be my favorite combo of these two together. So pretty. Birds, Donna says birds freak her out. You are special, special. But birds freak Donna out from Alfred Hitchcock. That was just on the other day, or popped up the other day. Yeah, yeah, I have seen that. That's crazy. Alfred Hitchcock was really good at horror. And I was talking about how I was watching. It's kind of my tradition to watch every version um, of A Christmas Carol there is. I really feel like, I mean, the Muppets one, of course, is more geared towards kids, so it's not quite as scary. But I feel like the animated one, the one with Jim Carrey, what a great cast! Jim Carrey, Gary Oldman, Carrie Eloise, uh, super good cast. Holy cow! But I think that one is the most scary of all the versions of. I mean, obviously Scrooge does also a comedy, but of all the versions of A Christmas Carol, that animated one, that one packs a punch as far as the spooky and scary portion of, like, the ghost of Christmas future goes, and Marley showing up. Ooh. Okay. This is the third time I'm doing that. There we go. Oh, I bet you I've got some grunge that would be good for napkins. Mm. Make for the win. All right. Also kind of fun for the napkins to not be quite so, not so matchy. And it's the same fabric. Fun, fun, fun. So I'm not giving the sizes because, I got this idea from the other video. But I think if you need a quick last minute gift idea, this would be a really fun hostess idea, even for, just like a two-person place setting, um, with the napkins, maybe like cookies in a jar. You know how you can put like the recipe to make all the cookies in a jar? You could really do this up as a nice hostess gift or host gift, depending on who's in the new spot. That would be a lot of fun too. Oh, Laura said she was attacked by a raven when she was 5. Wow, it tried to get the Laura had a yellow beret in her hair, and the raven tried to get it. Holy cow. And ravens are no joke. Those buggers are big birds. Yeah, that would be enough for me to be no longer a fan. Oh, another fun thing. Oh, see, I'm just thinking all the things now. Some placemats and maybe some family recipes. Like I have all my grandmother's recipes, my dad's mom. I have all her recipes. I could like handwrite recipe cards and give placemats and those recipe cards and the napkins to my sisters and to cousins. That would be fun. All the ideas running through my head now. Terry, thanks so much for being here with us today. Oh, Laura, you are right. Really well paired with a bottle of wine, a tote. Go with a, well, no, never mind. You don't really use placemats with a picnic basket, but I was thinking, oh, that'd be fun too, but you don't really need to use that with, with a picnic basket. You're just not going to stay away, are you, sir? I'm going to have to move you along when I'm done. Oh, did you see the bird fly? Base drop is intrigued with all the little birds out here. All right, my friend, you're going to be in the way of me sewing this together. You got to move, bud. The tush. I know you're going to try to fight me. I know you're going to try to fight me, but you got to move. Birds or velociraptors. Or is that a T Rex? Either is acceptable. Birds are crazy. All right. Fourth one. We're almost done already. Just gotta just ironed my finger, but you know. Uh, Marianne has the cutest bird named Pickles. Will you hold this for me? Will you hold it? Thank you. Now it's going to become a toy and I'm going to lose it because he's going to knock it off the table. Nah, you were just supposed to hold it, not make it a toy. Thank you, sir. All right, I'm almost done. You're going to have to move. Hello, baby boy. Where? I need you to move. I need you to move along. All right, Beast Drop. Down you go. Come on, bud. Thank you. All right. There we go. So the top and bottom done on the snowflakes and cardinals combo. Now I'm going to do the sides. I remember birds are very opinionated. My sisters and I grew up, we hand raised birds. And so we grew up with our birds and they are opinionated little buggers. My bird, I should have listened to my bird. My bird did not like my ex husband. My bird's name was Dickens. Did not like him. And I just thought, of course, jealous because, I'm spending time with this other person and not all my time with the bird. But I should have listened. I think if you had your hot hammer, um, the ironing part might go a little faster because I'm trying to be pretty precise on where the fabric is. So if you have the hot hammer, which is a heat resistant like plastic ruler, and you folded these sides up against that and you can just iron right on that, I think that would make it a little bit faster too. So just ideas to streamline the process if you ever thought about making these. You could make these and you could make matching bowl cozies. That would be cute. Who doesn't love a bowl cozy? Hi, Mary. Oh, no, no worries. When you join us, we are having a good time. I am thinking about a 7 billion different ways to gift. I'm making placemats, and to different ways to gift these placemats. And I was just thinking with bull cozy would be a lot of fun. And so you could do place settings and matching bowl cozies, and then give that with like a soup recipe and maybe like soup in a jar kind of thing. That would be cool too. Lots of fun ways to make this an even bigger handmade gift. Oh, this is so pretty. This is going to be a fun set of placemats. I'm excited about these. Oh, I've just been yammering away. Let me look at what the time it is. Okay, we still got a little bit of time. I will iron this out. And then we'll talk all things coming up. All right. 4 down. So yes, I do think that if you were listening to a podcast or watching a movie, I think you could definitely get a 6 place setting, all of the tops done in an hour and a half. Especially if you go through the setup portion and you get them all, like all the sides, top and bottom, ironed in, and then just chain pieced, I think you could really like bang them out. But I think you could definitely get all of the tops for 6 done in an hour and a half. If you wanted to do them double sided, you could have all 6 done in like 3 hours and then put them together. Definitely a day. Watch a trilogy of something, and you could definitely get all of them done. But this is the cardinal and snowflake. Here is the holly and snowflake. Here are the cardinals and holly. And then the opposite, the cardinals and snowflake the other way around with the snowflake in the center. So I've got these 4 done. I still have the 2 that will have the holly as the border, and then the 2 inside rectangles. So we'll have those 2, and I'll finish those up today. And then just I think I'm definitely, as we've all been talking about it, I think I'm definitely on board with not doing the binding part. So I will do the backing and the batting, sandwich it, sew them at a 1/4 inch around, leaving an opening to turn it out, and then just do top stitching around the outside, and then do some quilting inside. With the size of the border, I really could just do quilting on the inside of this rectangle and wouldn't necessarily have to do any quilting in the border. So that's up to you how you would maybe want to do that. See what that looks like. I do like the idea, if you're going to do quilting in both, I really like the idea of doing something different on the inside than what you're doing on the outside. So that's another thing to think about. Then I'm going to think about napkins, because this really came out really fast. And I know for sure I have grunge fabric that would probably just look phenomenal with all of this. Oh, I wonder if I have the fairy frost that's not the itchy kind of fairy frost. If I had some cool fairy frost, that would also look really neat. Give it some sparkle. That might be fun. Well, I am super excited. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me and making these with me, and being a sounding board and giving me your own thoughts about what would be fun to work on. Let's see. Katie, asking if Katie's warm in her part of the world. Oh, 32 Fahrenheit. That's not so bad. I mean, as bad, because Greenland, I'm sure, getting super cold. Mary said, oh, the FPP pattern that was voted on. Yes. So Mary, okay. I talked about this some last week. I was kind of going through a crisis of conscience on what we were going to do about those 3 patterns. And so what I've decided to do is, rather than doing it as a big sew along, I'm going to go ahead and get those patterns, all 3 of those patterns, released this month. And then in January, release pre-recorded videos of putting the blocks together. So the one that won is called Neon Nights, and it's gorgeous. And I have the cherry wood fabrics to make those blocks. One of the blocks is called Sparkling Star, and the other is called Dusty Rose. And so I think I'm gonna do. Oh, I know I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pre-record putting those blocks together. They are. I think the Sparkling Star is going to be a million times easier doing it in FPP than traditionally doing it the way we did it a couple of years ago. So yes, so look for those. Those will be available this month, by the end of the month, before January 1st. I will announce exactly when I know exactly when. The writing of the patterns is the hardest thing for me. Creating the pattern and thinking of the subject and making the FPP part is really easy for me, which is kind of weird. The writing of it, I find myself struggling with, because I'm trying to share so much information that I end up making it more confusing. I have a hard time editing myself. And there's nobody in the house that cares enough about quilting to help be my editor, to rein me in. So I struggle. It's a struggle for me, but they will be out. They will be out, and we will have videos in January on how to put those 2 blocks together. Next week, what I'm going to do is change the setup of this area, and I'm going to have Arnie set up as a free motion quilter, and I'm going to be quilting on the quilt top that I created for my son's girlfriend for her Christmas gift. So that's what we'll be working on next Sunday, which is the 15th. Then the 22nd will probably be a quick, so it probably won't be the full 2 hours, probably just be an hour. I might do a quick craft or something. I've seen a lot of people do the cathedral window ornament, which I think is gorgeous, so I might end up doing that. Oh, I probably have enough fabric left over from these to do a cathedral window ornament. That'd be fun. So that might be the Saturday or the Sunday before Christmas, and then the Sunday before New Year's. I'm not sure. We'll have to think about it. I'm not sure what that'll be, what we'll do that day. But let's see. Charlotte says, my family just did the test. Insulbright does have the crinkle sound. Okay. So maybe I would do the zap and wrap to make it even more heat resistant, but not have that sound because the sound makes me batty. Charlotte said these would be pretty with small panels at the center too. Yes, genius. That would be fantastic if you had a scene in a panel that you wanted to highlight. Oh, that's good stuff. Love this. So that's the deal for the next couple of Sundays. Free motion quilting for my very first time on Arnie next Sunday. That's going to be fun and a challenge. And then yeah, we'll figure it out for the holidays, and I'll get those uh patterns out. Oh, the wrap and zap. So the wrap and zap that's what I've been using. You can use instead of just the regular cotton, you can use in the middle of the bowl cozies, in the middle of the potato warmer cooker cozy thingamabobbers, because it can go into the microwave and take that heat, that like directed heat. So I think that would be good if you were going to put it in the middle of the placemat, or if you were going to do, so you have these placemats and then maybe you do like an extra large pot holder with the zap and wrap in the middle, and you could do that in the same style as this. Maybe just make it even make it a little bit bigger so that this area would fit like a 9x13, because it's not wide enough and thick enough for a 9x13. But if you made it even bigger, you could just add a couple inches so that a 9x13 platter could land on it, and put the zap and wrap in the middle of that. That would be really cool. To even add even more to the place setting of the whole tablescape. So good. Yeah, so anyway, thank you all so much for being here today. I really appreciate everybody, fellow YouTubers, my extended family community, everybody coming and hanging out and watching today. I hope you all have a super safe and warm week. I'm not sure if it's going to be as cold and blustery here this week as it was last week, but stay bundled up. Everybody feel better from the surgeries and everything and the falls. And I will see you all next week, and have a great week. Thank you, everybody. See you soon. I'm going to have to turn back on my mouse so I can turn all this off, but thanks, everyone.